This is the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800 Digital Charcoal Griddle, and I've been cooking on it long enough to know what it does well and what needs attention. From my experience, the idea here is simple. Charcoal flavor with push-button ease. I love charcoal, but I don't always love babysitting vents and guessing temps. This unit removes most of that hassle without taking away the taste I'm after. Key features that stand out for me are the gravity-fed hopper, the digital fan control, and the full-size griddle insert. The hopper holds a big load of lump or briquettes, and gravity keeps the fire fed. The fan meters air like an oven controls heat, so when I set a temp on the controller, it actually sticks. I'm used to lighting a chimney and fiddling with dampers. Here I pop a single starter on the grate, load the hopper, close the doors, set the target, and the fan does the rest. It hits 225 grief rows for smoking in around 8 minutes and climbs to steak searing heat, about 700 degrees E, in roughly 14, which is way faster than my kettles and smokers on a busy weekend. The griddle insert is a big reason I picked the 800 model. I've done smash burgers, bacon and pancakes, fajitas, and a ridiculous fried rice dinner. Swapping between cast iron grates and the griddle plate is easy, and the heat coverage is solid. In my opinion, that griddle turns this from a nice grill into a full outdoor cooker. Setup took me a couple of hours, and I'd say have a second set of hands ready because this thing is substantial. It's about 55 inches wide, just over 50 inches tall, and it weighs a little over 200 pounds. Once built, seasoning was straightforward. A hot, empty burn-in to cure the interior and burn off factory oils. Don't skip that. It helps reduce early rust and keeps food from picking up odd flavors. Cooking performance is where it earns its keep. Low and slow, I've run pork shoulder and brisket overnight at 225 degrees Fahrenheit with very little drift. I still use a probe in the meat, but I don't feel glued to the cooker. Smoke flavor is richer than anything I've gotten from pellets, closer to what I do on a stick burner, but with a lot less effort. High heat is a highlight too. Searing ribeyes at 650 to 700 degrees Fahrenheit gives me the crust I want fast, then I can back the temp down for veggies or finish steaks indirect. On the griddle, smash burgers get that crispy edge and well-rendered fat without fighting hot spots. There are quirks you should know. The body panels are on the thinner side. They look fine and keep weight down, but they don't shrug off weather the way thicker steel does. I use a cover, and I try not to leave ash sitting in the unit after a cook. Ash holds moisture and encourages rust, especially in the hopper and firebox area. After messy cooks like chicken thighs or pork shoulder, I do a short hot or clean burn and then scrape the manifold and griddle to stay ahead of grease buildup. If you let grease pool, you can get a scary flare-up, so a foil pan under fatty cuts is a smart move. The electronics are the love it, hate it part. When they work, I set a temp on the panel or the app and move on with my day. But I've had the app lose connection mid-cook, show a weak signal, or refuse to adjust temps unless I started the cook inside the app. Power cycling the controller usually fixes it, but that's not the kind of tap-and-go experience I expected. I've also had a lid switch go bad once. I bypassed it temporarily to finish a cook and replaced it later. The controller's power plug feels a bit delicate. I treat that cable gently. None of this ruins the cooker for me, but if you want rock-solid electronics every single time, set your expectations. I know some folks who upgraded to third-party controllers for more reliable remote control. I haven't done that yet because the stock unit still does the basics. Fuel use is higher than my kettle for long smokes. A full bag on a 10-hour cook isn't unusual. I consider that the cost of steady heat and speed. The shutdown slides are clever though. I insert the top and bottom plates, starve the fire, and save whatever charcoal is left. Next time I light up, there's usable fuel waiting. A quick note on safety. The door and lid switches cut the fan when something is open, which helps reduce flare-ups, and it saved me from a blast of heat more than once. Still, common sense matters. Keep the ash bin in, keep vents and the manifold clear, and don't let grease collect. It's worth touching on size and placement. With a footprint around 30.5 by 55.1 inches, plus the shelves, this is a patio piece you plan around. It's perfect for someone who wants one cooker that can smoke ribs, sear steaks, and crank out breakfast on a griddle without rolling out 3 different appliances. From my experience, the strong points are convenience without giving up charcoal flavor, fast startup, a wide temp range, and the flexibility of that griddle. The weak points are the thin gauge body that needs care to avoid rust, the app and Wi-Fi that can be flaky, and a few vulnerable components like door switches and the power connection. None of those are deal breakers for me, but I stay on top of cleaning and I keep the unit covered. I'd recommend this for someone who loves charcoal taste but wants set and hold temps, who cooks for family or small parties, and who doesn't mind basic maintenance. If you want a cooker that never needs tinkering or cleaning, you might get frustrated. If you're willing to learn its rhythm, it delivers. In my opinion, the Gravity Series 800 hits a sweet spot. Real charcoal flavor with modern control, excellent heat range, and the bonus of a legit flat-top experience. It's not perfect, but the food coming off it has kept me excited to cook. In conclusion, the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 800 has earned a spot in my lineup because it makes weeknight cooks simple and weekend cooks fun. Key features like the gravity-fed hopper, digital fan control, and the griddle insert are why I use it so often, and the shutdown slides and fast warm-up keep it practical. Take care of it, keep it clean, and it will reward you with steady temps and great flavor. If this video helped you, please subscribe and drop your questions or your own tips in the comments. Thank you for watching.